you're enjoying a phenomenal season with Wolfsburg, top of the Frauen Bundesliga, and you're still in the mix, of course, for the Women's Champions League and the German Cup. Confidence must be really, really high among yourself and your teammates right now.
Yeah, we have had a great season last year, and also this year we're continuing to perform really well. So, I mean, yeah, that's exciting, and we're also really excited for this phase because now the big games will come up. So we feel pretty good, and I think we're ready. But yeah, we just want to continue like this.
And on a personal level, you've played some sensational football since moving to Germany from Arsenal. 18 months since you made that move. What do you think's been key for you to finding your very best form?
Yeah, I think I fit in really well in this team. I think we have a very powerful team, a lot of speed, a lot of power, and I'm a bit the different type of player. I'm more the technical player who is really important with the ball. I think that makes me more special here. At Arsenal, we had a lot of those type of players, but I think I'm a different player here, and I've got a lot of space, and they also let me play my style. So I think there's more room for me here to perform well, and so far it's going really well.
Have you noticed a difference in style between the Frauen Bundesliga and the WSL? You say that the team suits you more, but is there a difference between the two divisions?
Yeah, I would say so. I think the English league right now is more, for example, especially Arsenal. There's more football in the team. And I think in Germany there's a lot of power, a lot of intensity. The intensity is super high, more direct football. And what we're trying to do with Wolfsburg is to find the balance in that. And that's, for example, where I am important to make sure we, have some time on the ball and bring that side to our team. But I think that's the big difference. English is maybe better in playing football, and intensity in Germany is super high.
We've seen when English teams have met German teams like yourselves playing Arsenal last year, that physicality can be a really important factor. Do you think that's something that the WSL has to work on in terms of getting their teams ready to face these more physical European opposition, especially German sides?
For example, I'm from Holland, and also there, we like to play football. It's also, I think, playing against an intense team is difficult. Playing against us, Wolfsburg, is difficult for Arsenal, because of the intensity, because of the power. Maybe they have the better football, but we have a lot of power, and it's super uncomfortable to play against that. So I think if you look to the Champions League, like in the league they will be fine, but if you look to the big games in Champions League, that's maybe a part that they have to develop. And for us, it's the other way. Like, we need to make sure we also have a good ball possession.
If I could talk about your time at Arsenal, you were a very popular figure among Arsenal fans, but I suppose you joined the club during quite a difficult period with the COVID pandemic and stuff, a terrible time for anyone to be sort of trapped away from their home. How do you reflect on that period in England? Was it a difficult time for you?
Yes and no. I think coming in England, living there, everything is pretty easy. It's pretty similar to Dutch life. People are super chill, open, friendly. So that's really nice. The club is an amazing club. Everybody, it's a warm club. So that for me was really enjoyable. Also playing there was enjoyable, but obviously it was a difficult time because of COVID. I couldn't really go home. People couldn't come to me. And then when you live on your own, and it was for such a long time, that was difficult. Many games without fans. That was a bit a difficult time for everybody, but also for me there,
You came back to haunt Arsenal a little bit in the Champions League last year, scoring against them in a pretty comfortable quarter-final victory for Wolfsburg. That must have left you with mixed emotions that day, because you could have easily been lining up on the other team, I suppose.
No, that's always a bit weird playing against your old teammates. But I really enjoyed seeing everybody again and going to London. So it was obviously a good result for us, but it was nice games for me. Yeah.
Regarding the WSL, do you ever see yourself returning to that league, or do you think that period in your life has kind of been and gone now? You seem really happy where you are in the Frauen Bundesliga.
No, I can definitely see myself going back there again. I think I'm a player. I like challenges. I like new things, new teams, and everything. I think the English league is only getting better and better. So it's a very interesting league for me. right now I'm really good here, but I'm also still, I'm like 25. I hope I can play many more years. So there's definitely a chance there. Yeah.
And we talk about Wolfsburg, the Champions League draw taking place at the end of this week, of course. Who are you looking to draw in? I mean, do you fancy taking on Arsenal again? And more generically, do you think that you could take that step now and win the European crown this year?
I mean, that's our goal, obviously. I think also this season it's pretty open. I don't think there's one big favorite. I think all the big teams after the Euros are struggling a bit. So yeah, I mean, I think we have a shot. But obviously, yeah, the next round's already gonna be big. Like we can face Bayern, Lyon, or PSG, and those games are like 50-50. It comes down to how we play that day. So I'm super excited, and I'm confident about us. But like it will be, yeah, there will be 2 nervous games.
The Netherlands, and obviously we've got a World Cup coming up. Looking back to Euro 22, you lost a very narrow game with France in extra time. But I think it's fair to say that your squad are one of the most well-rounded on the planet at the moment. So what are your hopes going into the upcoming World Cup? Do you believe that you can go all the way? Is that realistic?
It's tough to say. I think right now saying that is not super realistic for us. But at the same time, I also think there are not. I think everything is pretty close. Obviously, England won the Euros, so they are a favorite. But at the same time, I don't think it's a massive difference in quality between like 5-6 teams. So I think like for real, I think 5 or 6 teams can play to win, and we're one of them. I think our team, we have a new staff. I think we needed that. Like we have a fresh start again, and we have also young talent, which is good. So I'm excited about that.
You touched on young talent there. I was going to ask you, what do you think the future looks like for the women's game in the Netherlands? Are you encouraged about kind of the building blocks that are in place for the future? Because women's football is developing so rapidly now.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of talent in Holland, especially like we have a lot of skillful players. I think the next step for us is to make sure that we are, and also for the World Cup, that we're physically going to be on the highest level. If we are on the highest level, we can come really far, and that's also for the talents. Like technically, we have many good players. We have to be fit, and we have to be on the highest physical level.
On a personal level, you've become a very key player for your country very quickly. Obviously, a long way from retirement. But do you see yourself going into coaching when your playing career is finished? Is that something that interests you, or do you think you will step out of football?
I think I will always stay in football or anyway close. Like, yeah, it's my passion, and coaching is not necessarily an ambition that I have right now, but at the same time, I have been thinking about it lately, that maybe I do want to get my papers, and if that's going to be I don't know if that's going to be with women's football or first teams or maybe youth teams. I also like youth teams a lot, but I'll definitely stay in football.
Just before I let you go, I wondered, what do you consider your best achievements of your career so far, and what do you still want to achieve before you hang up your boots?
I'm really proud of the clubs that I've played for, starting in Holland, but definitely Bayern, Arsenal, Wolfsburg are amazing clubs. I've played many Champions League games, and I've also been, obviously, the proudest thing is to play for your country. I've had like 2 World Cups now, 2 Euros and Olympics, so that's for me something to be really proud of. But at the same time, I'm super ambitious. Like I would like to. my dream is to win the Champions League, and that's still something I haven't achieved yet, and I still have time for that. And I hope, that's the biggest thing for me, I think.